Apart from physical ailments, all human suffering comes from one's own understanding. What is the meaning of life? What is happiness after all? How can we attain happiness? These are the most natural and simple questions people ask. The ancient Greek philosopher Epicurus once said, "Happiness lies in the absence of physical pain, and the absence of disturbance in the soul." This is Epicureanism. He believed that to achieve freedom from physical pain, one must lead a moderate life, avoiding overindulgence and excessive desires. People should lead a balanced life of work and leisure. Both overwork and unrestrained pleasure are unhealthy. However, achieving a disturbance-free soul is often the most difficult. Just think about our lives today. Most of the suffering does not come from physical illnesses, but from our minds, a kind of mental anguish. Epicurus summarized 3 reasons for the disturbance of the mind. The first reason is the fear of natural disasters faced by humans, such as the pandemic we just experienced for 3 years, or even earthquakes, tsunami, volcanic eruptions, etc. Humans are always small and helpless in the face of nature, faced with such unknown and uncontrollable risks. The fear we feel often stems from deep within our hearts. Empedocles believed, due to people's ignorance, therefore, they often attribute natural disasters as offenses against the gods, because only when the gods are angry do disasters like tsunamis and earthquakes occur. On this issue, he also inherited the atomic theory of Democritus. He believed that the world is ultimately composed of atoms. Even the gods cannot intervene in this world composed of atoms. So whether it's windy or rainy, lightning or thunder, all phenomena in nature have their own causes behind them. The second reason is humans' fear of death. Death is also an unknown realm for us. Even though everyone will eventually face it, we cannot know the feelings after death. In fact, in philosophy, this is an epistemological challenge. Empedocles believed that the most reliable thing is sensory experience. The senses are the reporters of truth. We must always believe in our senses, trust in these most reliable foundations. If we have a distorted understanding of things, the error definitely does not lie in our senses, but rather in the lack of our rational abilities, leading to misunderstandings. He believes that since we can perceive the whole world through our senses, we can also perceive death through our senses. While we are still alive, we cannot experience death. After we die, the soul will disperse into a pile of atoms. The third reason is disharmony in interpersonal relationships. Humans, as social beings, inevitably have to engage in cooperative production relationships. Disputes are also an unavoidable challenge for us. For this reason, Epicurus once advocated establishing a natural justice through agreements. His goal is to prevent harm between humans. He said justice does not exist independently, but arises from mutual agreements. No matter when or where, as long as humans have an agreement to prevent harm to each other, justice will be established. It is precisely based on this kind of contractual relationship. It provides the foundation for the legitimacy of law, justice, and the state. It can be said that the philosophical thoughts of Ibiju provide the basis for the legitimacy of law, justice, and the state. It is precisely the modern social contract theory, and the direct precursor of modern natural law school. So we can find that the philosophical thoughts of Ibiju is by no means a one-sided, feel-good ethics, but rather a profound insight into the spontaneous order of humanity. Whether it is the traditional concept of monarchy in our minds, or the laws of modern society today, essentially they are laws established by the government. The reason we must follow man-made laws is because the legitimacy of man-made laws comes from natural law. Faced with a legitimate authority holding violence, how should we examine whether their actions are legal and just? Moral police force women to wear headscarves, regardless of cultural beliefs. These actions have already violated the natural rights of women. This is an undeniable objective fact, even if behind these law enforcement officers, there is the authorities' man-made law as a basis. But from the perspective of natural law, their actions are illegal and constitute illegitimate barbaric behavior. Natural law precedes positive law. Natural law always supersedes positive law. Natural rights are the standard to judge the justice of positive law. Regardless of when and where, no organization or group can surpass natural law. No matter how they disguise themselves, through deceit and plunder, they cannot conceal their crimes against humanity. Because natural law is based on collective wisdom of humanity, and the spontaneous order evolved from common consensus. Therefore, natural law is the most righteous. Like the common sayings, an eye for an eye, and debts must be repaid. Even a country following restorative justice abolishes the death penalty. From the perspective of natural law, these two sentences are the most basic axioms. I believe no one can question or refute them. Natural law often aligns with human nature. It directly reflects in humans' basic conscience. So if each of us wants to achieve our happiness, we must ensure the dignity of natural law is not violated. While laws may not lead us to a utopia without disputes and prejudices, a utopia without disputes and prejudices, but natural law safeguards the fundamental baseline of our natural rights. These rights are known as natural or inherent rights. This means that people are born with the rights to life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, and property. It is a system of justice that exists independently of politics. This system originated from ancient Greek philosophy. Therefore, someone who does not understand ancient Greek culture has no ability to grasp the full essence of modern civilization. This extraordinary law is the true law that applies universally. It signifies the high maturity of Roman legal studies. It is also the eternal pursuit of values for us humans. Follow me, I'll take you to see philosophy in a popular way. Next time, let's talk about Stoicism. Friends, see you next time. You.